Alright, so let's try some examples for functions. So A says evaluate g of x equals 6x minus 4 at, well, g at negative 2 and g at a minus 3. So let's try this out. A, g of x equals 6x minus 4. So remember, g of x is the way we pronounce it. And we know that for the first statement, it's g at negative 2, or g of negative 2, g of x, g at negative 2. So that means x equals negative 2. Remember, it's inside the parentheses, so negative 2 becomes, or is defined as the x variable. So g at negative 2, and wherever we have an x value, such as 6 times x, there's an x there, so we replace it with the negative 2. And now we simplify. G at negative 2 equals 6 times negative 2 gives us 12, and it's a negative 12. So we have negative 12 minus 4. Well, negative 12 minus 4 give us negative 16. So g at negative 2 equals negative 16. So there's our question and answer there. Once again, on the left side, g at negative 2, we do not simplify or do anything with it other than bring it over or carry it over down. Let's try the next one. G at a minus 3. So g at a minus 3, well, that implies that x equals a minus 3. So sometimes we don't have just a single number. Sometimes we have expressions substituted for our variable. So in this case, we have g at a minus 3, and wherever we have an x, keep in mind we're using the same equation as before. G of x equals 6x minus 4. So g at a minus 3, we replace the x value with a minus 3. So 6 times a minus 3. And in this case, the main thing that we can do is distribute. So distribute 6 times a will give us 6a. 6 times negative 3, let's see, 6 times 3 is 18. Positive times a negative, negative, so we negative 18. So we have g at a minus 3 equals 6a minus 18 then, minus the 4. Notice the parenthesis separates that 4, so we can't distribute the 6 to the 4. Agreed? You still have to go through PEMDAS, or simplification processes, in other words. Remember the acronym? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. PEMDAS, right? Simplifying. How to simplify? G at a minus 3 equals 6a, and then 18, negative 18 minus 4, they're both negative, so that it means that I borrowed $18, I borrowed $4 more. I borrowed a total of $22, so we have a negative to state that I borrowed, agreed? So it's 6a minus 22, and that'll be as far as we can simplify for this case, so in this case, that is our solution. Let's try one more, b, h of t. To have h of t equals 2t squared plus 4. That's our expression. Keep in mind, h of t is how we pronounce it. So h at t, or h of 3, in this case, is the x value is 3. So x equals 3. So h of 3, and we replace the t value wherever we can find it with a 3. So it means we have to square first, or some operations to apply. So we're squaring first. So 3 squared, 3 times 3 gives us 9. So now we have h of 3 equals 2 times 9 plus 4. Now our operations say we multiply first. So h of 3 equals 2 times 9. 2 times 9 gives us 18. So h of 3 equals 18 plus 4, adding now. So that tells us that h of 3 equals 22. And there's our final answer. The x value is 3 and the y value is 22. So let's continue with the next example in this case. So h equals 6 in this case. Instead of h at 6, it's h equals 6. So that means it's the y value, y equals 6. So let's replace the y value with the 6. So we have 6 equals 2t squared plus 4. Let's get rid of the 4 to solve for t. So 6 minus 4 gives us 2. That leaves us with, on the other side, 2t squared. So let's get rid of the 2 via division. So we're dividing by 2. The 2's cancel out. Notice the cancel out implies that it gives us 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. That's what cancel out means in multiplication and division. It gives us 1. Okay, so there it is. 1 equals t squared. Now to get rid of the square from the t, square root. We square root both sides. Square root is the opposite of a square, so they'll cancel each other out. So the square root of 1, of course, is 1. 1 times 1, it gives you 1. So plus or minus 1 would be our answer in this case. Do remember, because if it's a square root, it needs a plus or minus sign on it. Okay, h at 12, h equals 12. Remember, it's y equals, right? So it's the y value that we know. So it's the h value. So replacing the h of t with 12. 12 equals 2t squared plus 4. That means we're solving for t again. So getting rid of the 4 from both sides. Minus 4, since it's the opposite. 12 minus 4 will give us 8. And now we're going to divide by 2 to get rid of the 2. So divided by 2, 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. 2 divided by 2 cancels out. So it means 4 equals t squared. And taking the square root, which is the opposite of square once again, they'll cancel each other out, giving us that t equals plus or minus 2. Remember, square roots always need plus or minus in most case scenarios. So there's our solution.